fam, we're back with another installment of our NoFo WoFo. Today we've got an upper body / core workout for you. It's 45 seconds of work with 15 seconds rest. You're gonna go through these 8 exercises, 4 rounds. So you're working for as many rounds as you can get in 45 seconds, and you only have 15 seconds of break here. So the first one is a push-up with a toe touch. So you are going to get into that push-up plank position. Make sure that body's in a straight line. Your shoulders are directly over your wrists. You're gonna lower your body down into that push-up. Get that chest all the way down to the ground. Keep that core tight. Push yourself up. Then you're gonna keep those legs as straight as possible. Push those hips back. Opposite hand to opposite toe. And then back down into that push-up again, keeping that core tight. And then push those hips up. Opposite hand to opposite toe. The next one is a weighted tabletop crunch. So for a weight, if you don't have a dumbbell, a kettlebell, or a med ball, you can grab any heavy object, such as a heavy book, or maybe the heavy detergent from Costco, or pretty much any item that you can buy from Costco would be heavy enough. So you're gonna grab your weighted object. You're gonna lay down in that table, bring those legs up into that tabletop position. So you want your knee over your hips. You're not bringing your knees all the way in here, you want your knees over your hips. Their shins should be parallel. Bring those toes up. You're gonna take that weighted object, crunching up, getting that upper back and those shoulder blades off the floor, trying to reach for those toes, and then back down. Again, crunching up, trying to reach for those toes, pause for a second, then back down. Really try and make sure you're getting that upper back and those shoulder blades off the floor, engage those abs, and then back down. Next exercise is plank hip rotations. So you're getting into a forearm plank. That elbow is right underneath your shoulder. That body's in a straight line. You're rotating those hips, trying to touch that hip to the floor, back to that plank position, then rotating that other side. Slow and controlled. Again, trying to tap that hip to each side of the floor while keeping that core tight. The next one is plank up downs with shoulder tap. So again, getting into that high plank position, make sure those shoulders are over those wrists. One arm at a time, you're coming down to a forearm plank, making sure you're putting that elbow right underneath that shoulder, and then one arm at a time, you're gonna come back up to that high plank. And when you're back up in that high plank is when you're gonna do the shoulder taps. You're doing your opposite shoulder each time, and then back down into that forearm plank. You're gonna rotate what hand you come up with and what arm you come down with. And then make sure you're keeping that core tight and that body's in a straight line. Don't let those hips swivel. And if you want to do your shoulder taps and then do the jack legs and also, please feel free to do that. Our next exercise is a weighted straight arm sit-up. So you're gonna grab your weighted object. You're locking out those arms. You're gonna do a full sit-up, so all the way down, all the way up. So again, keeping those arms locked out the whole time. You're not bringing them down. Make sure you're coming all the way down and then all the way up. Exercise number 6 are mountain climbers. Again, starting in that plank position, shoulders are over those wrists. You're driving your knee to that wrist, really trying to crunch up that knee while keeping that butt down. Trying to keep those shins parallel to the ground. The next exercise is either couch, bench, or chair tricep dips. So you can do, if you grab anything around the house that would be stable, but you are going to make sure that your butt is right up against either the couch or the bench. Those elbows are back behind, your wrists are facing forward, your head and your chest are up. You're lowering down to 90 degrees and then all the way up. Making sure that butt does stay right up against that bench, all the way down to 90 degrees and then up. Again, keeping that torso upright. And then the last exercise is a weighted front raise. So again, grab your weighted object, and then you're gonna tuck those shoulder blades back, and all you're doing is raising that object up to your shoulder level, and then back down. Making sure that you're not using any momentum, you're using the upper back and those shoulders, all the way up to your shoulder level, and then back down, keeping that torso upright, keeping that core tight.